Hi guys, Rap Critic here, and let's talk about Doja Cat. Starting off as someone who happened to catch eyes with a goofy song that went viral about being a cow.
Bitch, I'm a cow. Bitch, I'm a cow.
Which, quite the jumping off point to introduce yourself to the world, isn't it?
Bitch, I'm a cow. I'm not a cat. I don't say meow. Bitch.
That's the kind of absurd zaniness in the past you'd only see on, like, the Dr. Demento radio show, where silly novelty songs about animals usually found their audience. But, existing in the age of social media sharing, where a sincere effort can get just as popular as a ridiculous, ironic one, good on her, honestly. Despite its ridiculousness, the joint still showcased her unique vocals and a creative, fun side. And it's like, wow, they're letting the girl who put steak fries up her nose get a shot? Whoa, well, what's gonna be in store? What further adventures into the wacky world of Doja Cat will there now be now that the industry let someone with a truly oddball origin in the gates? However, once I actually started hearing the hits she was churning out, I had to kind of recalibrate my expectations a bit. Like, it was almost comical how as instantly as she blew up off of doing something unique and off the wall from the rest, she gets on a label and, like, just as quickly she's pumping out strictly by the numbers dance pop jams for the radio. Like, the wavy retro 70s sound is definitely in right now, and while I certainly get the feeling that she genuinely likes that sound being an aspect of her music, to start off where she did, you can't help but feel like she's playing it safe, like her current output is a bit of a step down from the potentially more creative side she clearly has. And I especially felt that way after hearing today's song, which immediately rang some alarm bells in my head when I heard the first couple of bars. I'll let you know it, why don't you say so? And look, I don't have an issue with making more than one song with the wavy retro 70s sheen to it, that's fine, but to completely duplicate the sound of her last hit down to the exact same chord progression? Like, come on, that's just cheating. That's not just banking on nostalgia now, that's specifically banking on people remembering the last time you banked on their nostalgia. And I certainly hope her team's got more in store for her than just trying to get people to twist again like they did last summer. Like, as someone who can still hear a lot of fun, cool stuff from her music, like her latest LP, Planet Her, does have some bops on it, it's kind of deflating to see this copy of a copy as the big hit single. Stuff like this always thinks of someone who's being pigeonholed into a certain formula, you know? Although, if you can take the song on its own merits outside of its place up against her other music, it's not that bad. In fact, I do have to say I enjoy how the song takes its root sample from an infamously campy radio hit you may recognize. You know Olivia Newton-John, the woman who played Sandy, the very incarnation of 1950s innocence in Grease? Well, yeah, in real life, she actually did try to pull a sexified image makeover thing with the release of this song, Let's Get Physical. A track that was supposed to be using the fitness craze of the 80s as a metaphor for doing it, but the vibe of the song itself was so anodyne and unsexy, most didn't even gather that it was supposed to have a sexual double meaning in the first place. Most people were just like, what? Olivia Newton-John made a song about going to the gym? Well, yeah, I mean, sure, it's the 80s. Everybody's got headbands and gym sweats on. Hell, I just got done listening to a country song about a guy having Pac-Man fever, so, I just naturally assume goofy novelty songs about popular trends is just how this decade's gonna go. So I do have to say on a certain level, I enjoy how Doja Cat injects some actual sexy into it with today's song Kiss Me More. A sultry tune about how even after the most raw, bed-breaking sex, the most enjoyable part for her comes from the intimate sensation of a passionate makeout session. So the lyrics in the hook are about her begging for more of it. Although when the actual rap verse starts, it does feel a little clunky with how she words things to express her point. Like, when I first heard these lyrics, it was censored, so I wasn't fully aware what was being said, but I thought, surely she's not just saying fuck twice within the first lines there, right? But yeah, that's how the line goes. It just feels so first drafty, and as she continues, there's this weird lack of clarity where she takes up so many bars just to communicate what she actually wants. And even putting aside the weird long-windedness, the first line of the actual verse kind of contradicts the point of the hook by declaring she does specifically want to have sex. And even then, the lead into the lyrics about kissing are treated as if she's, like, afraid she'll be called cheesy for suggesting it. Like anyone would think you're some sappy sentimentalist for wanting to slip and slide your tongues all over each other. Like, this ain't some G-rated Beatles song about wanting to hold your hand. We're talking about getting into some serious tongue-on-tongue action here. Exactly! Like, she spends so much time in the lyrics where she's just verbally going through her elbow to get to her asshole and just trying to bring up the idea of having a makeout sesh, when it's like, Doja, come on, you do not need this many words to convince a guy to kiss you. And the timidness is even stranger next to the later bars of her explicitly getting right into the details of how she likes it. Oh hell yeah, what else do you want? Tell me more, tell me more.
When I bite that lip, come get me too.
Ooh, okay, getting a little spicy there, leaving some love bites and expecting some in return. I see you.
He want lipstick, lip gloss, hickeys too.
Like, whoa, I think I need to turn one of these lights off. It's getting a little too hot in here. And things get even spicier when SZA hits the scene.
Give me a bug, need the Gucci stuff.
And at first I was confused because I was like, wait, that gushy stuff? Isn't that a phrase usually brought up in relation to, you know, female pleasure?
Give me that funk, that sweet, that nasty, that gushy stuff.
So it wouldn't be the same thing if a girl's asking for a guy's gushy stuff, right? But then, of course, I was like, oh, wait, but when she said she wanted a buck, she wasn't talking about $1. She meant either, like, a stud muffin or the thrusting motion said stud muffin would be doing. And so the gushy stuff would be, I mean, if we take into account that, you know, technically what guys do at their climax could certainly be described as gushing. And, you know, I didn't directly say a bad word, but it definitely feels like I did, didn't it? But yeah, you heard the woman. There's no ambiguity here. This is a guy that she's trying to spend some quality time with, no doubt about it.
Fucking with you feel like jail, nigga.
Yo, wait, what?
All my bitches feel like I dodged the county.
Oh.
I can't even exhale, nigga.
I'm sorry. Wasn't this song supposed to be about enjoying someone's company?
God giving with your friend, you ain't even have been lying on you. Know that.
Am I missing something here? Cause SZA does not sound happy about this guy.
I got me a bag for the brick, you know that.
Like she really doesn't sound happy about this guy. Seriously, what is going on here? I thought this was a song about getting tangled up in the sheets with someone you love and trust, but this SZA verse just dropped no less than 2 references to how this guy makes her feel like she's in prison.
Fucking with you feel like jail, nigga. All my bitches feel like I dodged the county.
What? Maybe in the grand experiment of SZA being the kind of singer whose style naturally blends hip-hop and R&B, maybe as her way of truly melding the 2 genres for a new generation, she's fulfilling the role of the guest rapper who comes in with a completely off-topic rap verse.
You gon' make me need bill, know that.
I mean, it's the only explanation that makes sense to me, because I don't know why else in a song about wanting to kiss someone more, you'd constantly bring up how they make you feel like you're trapped in a small space. Like, particularly as a song that came out after the year 2020, that doesn't feel like something someone would bring up lightly, you know? But she brings it up so often in her verse, it's genuinely alarming. Like, what's going on here? And you know, sometimes the music video helps decipher things, but there's not really much to glean from it. It's just these 2 women luring in this hunky Asian astronaut dude with their siren song. However, when you get to the end, it turns out it was a ruse, and he's actually been captured as a plaything for the Amazonian giantesses. And, well, the name of the album is Planet Her, right? And SZA kept talking about how she felt she was in prison, but now these guys are the ones in... Oh my god, I think I just made this whole alien plot make sense! Where's the zoom on this camera? Okay, there it is. Roswell style! Think about it. These Amazonian alien women, once captive playthings in their own patriarchal society, escaped the thumb of their male oppressors and fled to their own planet, but have made it a habit to imprison any cursed male who sets foot on their world, collecting the sexiest man candy and putting them on display in captivity as a Twilight Zonian metaphor for the way they were trapped by the patriarchy. And so this is how they get their certainly justified, but sick kicks, you maniacs! These small men didn't do anything to you! Let them go, you cruel sons of Bid, or daughters of Bid, or daughters of a Bid. Well, anyways, overall I give this song a 3 out of 5. For the most part, it's fun and does a good job of emulating the visceral longing for physical affection the song's trying to capture, but oftentimes in the verses, the writing feels rushed and unfocused, making for a bumpy listen that doesn't feel like it matches the tone. But regardless, it has a playful, catchy hook, and the music is enjoyable enough, if not a little derivative feeling, but in the grand scheme of things, for an artist trying to play the mainstream pop game and needing something that's going to be a sure thing to stay in the public eye, you know, it's something I understand, but regardless, can't help but feel kind of underwhelmed because of, you know? Well, that's the episode. Leave a like if you like because it helps, comment if you have something to say because it helps even more, and hit the subscribe and the bell button afterwards because the bell is what actually alerts you to new episodes. And if you want to keep up with everything I'm doing, check out my Linktree for Twitch streams, merch, movie and album review podcasts, and any other stuff I'm up to. And don't forget, Rap Critic and my movie podcast are all on the same Patreon now, so you get all of that together if you join. So check all that fun stuff out and I'll catch you next time. Peace.